It's Triple Trouble Day in the world of Magic the Gathering. We have Phyrexia problems. We have Secret Lair problems. And on top of that, Wizards of the Coast is hosing local game stores out of thousands of dollars worth of product.
Magic. I am a wizard. History. I'm an old wizard. The magic historian. My bones hurt.
Greetings, owners of fine luxury cardboard rectangles, my friends. I hope the day finds you well because we have gathered for a cram-packed installment of Mega Magic News. This is triple trouble time. Wizards of the Coast is putting their foot in it all across the board. So we're going to dive in with the first problem, add on the other two, but I'm going to finish up with a little treat for you that I haven't mentioned yet. The first things first, let's take a look at Urtet, Remnant of Memnarch. This is a card coming up for Phyrexia, All Will Be One. Take a look at it. It's a set booster exclusive, right? Which means you'll only be able to get it in set boosters and collector boosters, which really doesn't make it just a set booster exclusive, but the language that Wizards uses nowadays is just ridiculous marketing insanity. So what are you gonna do, right? Anyhow, what's going on with this card? It's a crazy legendary that's already caused some market spikes just from it being revealed. 3 mana gets you a 2/2 legendary artifact mirror. Whenever you cast a mirror spell, create a 1/1 colorless mirror artifact creature token. At the beginning of combat on your turn, untap each mirror you control, and for one of every color and tap it, put 3+1/+1 counters on each mirror you control. Activate only during your turn. So obviously this thing screams play Commander with me. This is meant to go, have you always wanted to build a Commander mirror deck? Well, here is your paint by numbers Commander. It is a pretty straightforward design in that regard, right? Casting mirrors get you more of them. You get to use your mirror for more mana, tap them, and his ability can be used multiple times. If you untap him, tap him with all your little mana dorks. Like, you can do some silliness. There is some fun here, and an extra layer of fun to it is the fact that this is part of Memnarch that's here, right? A little bit, what's left of Memnarch after Karn dealt with him is being carted around by this mirror, and it does make me wonder if it's ever going to come back into play story-wise. But that's the fun part. Where's the unfun part? Well, take a look at the expansion symbol, friends. Look what's going on. One of these happens to be mythic rare. One of these happens to just be a regular rare. What's going on here? Well, Wizards of the Coast has put out a statement. This is the same thing we've seen with Dominaria Remastered, and the wording of the statement is very frustrating to me, where they go, some of you may have noticed that these cards have different symbols. This is correct, and they will drop at those rarities. So not only are the cards printed with different rarities, but they will drop at different rarities. Now you have to understand, this isn't some end play by Wizards of the Coast going, okay, how do we milk more out of this? This is literally just inattentiveness. This happened with Hercule in the previous set, and it seems to be an ongoing issue. Take a look at what happened with Dominaria Remastered, where you end up with Phyrexia All Be One rares riddled throughout the entire set. Wizards of the Coast is strained to the gills when it comes to quality control. We've reached basically the point where they can't push any further. That's what I'm looking at. That's how it feels to me. When I see everything that's going on, I genuinely believe Wizards of the Coast cannot keep up with the own pace that they are creating for themselves. And I'll use the next item as another exhibit. So the next problem we have is with a Secret Lair. And echoing the heads I win, tails you lose scenario, we have a multi-delayed Secret Lair. For anybody who's waiting for their Lil Walker's Secret Lair, I got bad news. It's been delayed again. The first delay, I believe, was for February, and now they're going March 23rd is the new delay date. So it's got another month shifted back. Now, there's a big problem with these delays compared to the heads I win, tails you lose Commander deck, because that was a different beast in that it wasn't just Magic cards. They had the 100 cards, but they also had, I don't know if it was sleeves that came with it, but it definitely came with little plastic flipping coins. So there was an additional component that was causing them to have problems sourcing it, and that's why it took them a year to deliver it. But this is a Secret Lair, just with 5 cards and a bonus card, if I'm remembering it right. It's 6 cards in total. And they're churning these secret layers out. So what is the reason for this multi-step delay? The only thing I can think of is the printers are so just cram-packed that anytime there's a problem, you can't fix it then. You have to find a slot to put it in. So they're basically pushing out so many secret layers at full tilt speed to the point where, there's a problem with this secret layer batch. Why don't we just go ahead and redo it? And I don't know if it has some kind of, maybe they got put into the packages improperly, because I've seen a bunch of these floating around Reddit with the new envelopes that they use for the cards. Cards keep getting caught in them, bent and ruined. And I was specifically told by someone that they saw one of these secret layers, the first wave, because if you order these secret layers and the gods smile down upon you, you will be one of the very first who gets it, right? Because they have a little bit that they make right away and they ship those out, and the rest are print to demand. So there may have been some kind of production issue with the entire run where they just said, oh, these are all ruined and we have to start again. But because, if you guys don't know, they make something like more than 70 secret layers a year now. There's more than one every single week. It's a breakneck pace. So you end up with this scenario where you got the delay and now they're going, we'll put it to February. And then they went, actually with other production problems, now we've got to push it to March. And this is just to produce 6 Magic cards. They're running at top speed to try and make as many products as they can to extract as much money as they can from us, right? So this leads in to the next issue, which is 30th anniversary. Now, obviously, things have cooled down in regards to people talking about it because there's no real news in that regard. Wizards of the Coast put it out. It did not sell well at all. With their tails between their legs, they went, okay, you know what? There's just no more available for sale. And they turn to the shareholders and go, we heard concerns that the Bank of America and other people had that we were producing too many cards. So what we've done is we're just not producing much of this, even though they produced like tons of it and it didn't sell. They're giving it away at events. I wouldn't be surprised to see a little bit more given out at the next event, but I also wouldn't be surprised if they completely deep sixed it, because it looks like that's what's going on right now. And this is a hose bag move towards the LGSs. If you guys recall, when Wizards first announced 30th anniversary, they said they were going to be sending some out to every single game store that is part of the WPN. So regular level stores would get 1 box. Premium level stores would get 3 boxes, okay? And remember, Wizards set the price of these at $1,000, $1,000 US. Like, that's the crazy part. Where I am, that's the equivalent of $1,300 in my currency. In the Canadian, the colored fun bucks, if you see in our different colored monies, it costs that much for one of those boxes. Now, we all know that the price tag is absolutely insane, but at the same time, Wizards was doing this as a maneuver, right? Where they go, okay, look, we're going to look like the good guy. We're not going to let stores sell this product, which is really a skeezy move, so we can take all the money. But look, we sent one to each store for free. So, hey, we're the good guys. And premium ones, we're going to send them $3,000 worth of this stuff. Now, lo and behold, we've reached the current time frame. This stuff hasn't arrived. There's no indication at any store that it's going to show up. 0 stores have received it. Now, Wizards said they were going to do this back in October, if I'm not mistaken. The stuff went on sale November 28th. It's all in the hands of people who have ordered it. The people who have ordered it have already received their stuff. There's posts indicating that. There's no question about whether people who have ordered it have received it, right? And now we're in the middle of January, and there's no conversation at all about this happening. None of the stores think it's coming, and this is a bigger problem than you would expect, because some of the game stores are, like, obviously were planning to just straight up destroy the stuff when they got it as a signal to Wizards, this is not okay. A bunch of other ones were going to crack them open and just, boom, maybe sell the singles on the market for whatever, and it would just crash. Basically what would happen is, with the game stores destroying the stuff and just kind of selling it for whatever the market would take, it would have this decreasing effect on the product that I don't think that Wizards of the Coast is willing to accept. So quietly, they've just went, you know what, we're just not going to send it. We're not going to say anything. Now, you have to understand this hoses particular game stores because some of them didn't plan to destroy it. Some of them didn't plan to open it for singles. Some of them actually had customers come in and say, look, man, and they almost had to do it like when you want to buy a like you go into the magazine, give me one of those magazines that's for the adult dudes, wrap it in the paper bag, don't let anybody know I'm buying it. That is how people had to approach this 30th anniversary stuff. So there are people out there who went to the LGS for either because they specifically wanted the 30th anniversary and are like, yo, I'm willing to pay that price tag, or because they wanted to help their LGS. There are people who went, yo, I know you're getting this product. I know you probably don't have anybody who will buy it. I'll take it off your hands so you're not stuck with it, right? And they paid in advance, right? To be nice to the game store. Here you go. Have the money for it in advance. When it comes in, I'll just pick it up to be nice to the game store. And now instead, those game stores are going, oh, well, I guess you have store credit here and you can get other things with it because the 30th anniversary stuff is never coming. So thousands of dollars worth of product that Wizards of the Coast said they were going to give away as a goodwill gesture because it didn't sell right. No, I'm not doing it anymore. It's disastrous. It is a very bad move on their part, and it leaves LGSs in the lurch. They are, oh, we care about LGSs. LGS is first and whatever. No. We're not going to give them that box. Oh, did they make sales on it? Who cares? So that one in particular is really irksome to me. The ones that hurt the LGSs the most are the ones that like really just set me off ultimately. And 30th anniversary is a hot button issue. So let's cool it down. Let's chill out, friends, because I want to be a little more welcoming with some good times. What's this? What is this? This is a Phyrexia All Will Be One welcome booster. What is inside this? That's an excellent question. Well, a big shout out to my patrons for supporting this video. Right now, there's a link on the screen for you to go find out what is inside this. Come on, let's go see. Let's all be one. Let's welcome the good times. I will see you over there.